With the interface walkthrough now complete and out of the way, we're ready to actually use Vegas Pro's editor and see what it can do. Now I'm going to do this in a series of baby steps. The first being I want to do a basic edit, which is a trim, and you're just seeing me load the title sequence. All I want to do here is look at the beginning frames and remove the fuzzy part of the Milky Way to give a more clearer view of the Milky Way. And I also want to change the actual way it introduces that movie by doing a fade in. So as you can see, I'm finding and locating that frame. All of this is very easy and quite responsive with the Vegas Pro, and you just saw I just grabbed hold of the edge and moved it down, and it's given me a nice smooth introduction to the title sequence. And in this case, Vegas Pro passes with flying colors. Moving on to the next test, which I call the enhancement test. This test, basically, I want to make a scene more vibrant. BioWare actually has this military ship, and Shepard is approaching the cockpit of the ship. Now, my Shepard is called Nelson Shepard, so he's approaching the cockpit, and as you saw, the colors were a bit on the dull side. And I put that down to the time this was made and the sort of technology they had available to them. It's a nice scene, but I want to keep that military atmosphere, but at the same time make it more rich. Now, the tools that you're given with from Vegas Pro are very good for this. They're responsive, they're not overly sensitive. They're the sort of tools that you need to do all those little touches to the scene without drastically changing the scene. And the way it layers each one on top of each other so as you get the desired effect, as you can see, I haven't changed much, but it does look vibrant and it does look more realistic. So I did like this part of the Vegas Pro editor. It's very, very good. You have fun doing this. It's a nice tool. It gives you or delivers the results you're looking for. So thumbs up here. Now what we're doing is we're going to do the special effects phase. Here I use the biometric scanner. Now what this basically does is it pretends that it's scanning your fingerprint, and if you pass you get where it says insert your photo, an ID. What I want to do though is first I'm going to change the size of this to 16 seconds, so there's a trim. Then what I want to do is, instead of putting a picture there, I'm going to put a small video clip, which is like the Matrix. So the first part is very easy. I'm selecting or doing a trim of the size, and I'm placing that clip in the timeline. It's very easy to add another track, which is just a video only track. That's not a problem. I found all this part easy. In fact, it's quite a rewarding thing the way you do this, because you're getting results and this always gives you a good feeling. But this section, just never can get my head around it. Why they did this, I don't know. First you have to select the actual circle. It doesn't even represent what you want to do. You have to change the aspect ratio and then you can resize it. But you're having to look between two screens. You've got the actual previewer on the main part of the application, and then you've got this dialog box which you have to do all the fiddly stuff to, and there's no real connectivity to the task that you want to focus on. You have to focus on a multitude of things, which I feel is wrong, because what you're showing, or what Vegas is showing it here, is how bad they've done the workflow, and you have to concentrate on that to find workarounds. So that's wrong. And for a professional product, it's even worse, because a professional product isn't supposed to be more difficult. It's supposed to give you more power and efficiency to do the job. But I do like the fact that when you put a transition on that clip, a lot of the other editors requires either a blanking still to go with it or something else, but you don't need to do that with here. You can just put the transition on and it operates. So how would I judge this application overall? Well, the media process, as you well know, it was grossly inefficient and it failed the test. Getting in touch with technical support was no fun, hence the symbol you got there. When it comes to judging the interface, well, I found the interface very dated and it is a slow starter. Using the interface is a mixed bag results, because I get this head banging feeling all the time with this, because I'm a Sony fan, but the media flow and the workflow need to be looked at again. It only gets 2 stars because it is that much more difficult than a lot of the other applications, and some applications really blow this application away on how to do some of the tasks that this should make easy. But it has some very nice tools. Sadly, 2 stars, Vegas Pro.